I'm your owner and commentator of EFL, Eric the Lightning Salama, and here today we're driving in Belgium Spa, most legendary track in Formula 1. There is no better place to drive than in Belgium. Remember the races we had in 1998, where we had that, I believe, 12 car pile-up. Race in 2000 with Michael Schumacher, Ricardo Zonta, Michael Schumacher overtake. And also, I believe, 2012, where Roman Grosjean caused a massive collision, which in the end costed Fernando Alonso the World Drivers' Championship. And like usually in EFL, we're gonna start with pre-race podcasts, and let's take some new drivers here today one by one. And we're gonna start with L.R. Harry. I believe I tried to say it a little bit Scottish way, and L.R. Harry is going to be the first guest in pre-race podcast. So bear with me with this blue screen of death. It will go away very shortly. I apologize for this, ladies and gentlemen, but it is what it is, and there we go. We have a lot of new people here today joining in Belgium. Some people even trying to ready up, and we have a few people commenting already. I'm trying to take the comments as soon as possible, and we already have over 18 drivers, so we might actually start the race pretty shortly. So it might be very short pre-race broadcast, but hopefully Harry will come, and if he doesn't, we're just going to invite somebody else. So let's invite then Susie Fine to the party. Hopefully he'll join the party, and we'll invite him, and we'll take 3 to 4 drivers. 3 to 4 drivers, of course, we're gonna take and to this previous podcast, and I have to invite some drivers here today. And bear with me, guys. I forgot to invite some of the drivers. There we go, and we're waiting for Susie Fine or somebody else to come to the pre-race podcast interviews. Do not adjust the TV sets. I'm the owner and commentator of EFL, and this pre-race podcast, and hopefully we're gonna get some drivers here today. Let's try James Killer. Maybe he'll come. We'll do this short and sweet, so you won't get bored. So you can ask me any questions you want. So I'm inviting him, James Killer, to the party. He's a driver for Williams Martini Racing team, that is was leading the constructors before. One of the previous drivers, not Plava85, was disqualified from the session, and we already have 20 drivers in our grid here today, so we are waiting for one more, and then it's gonna be party on rock and roll. So it's gonna be very, very short, pre-race podcasts, and somebody has left from the session, I believe. So hopefully James Killer is gonna join the party here today, and we have New Zealand Cam saying toot toot. Hey Eric, well, hello New Zealand Cam, and welcome to the EFL stream. And we're waiting for drivers to join. Maybe Panos is gonna join. Yeah, let's invite Panos to the party. Hopefully he'll join, and we have a lot of drivers leaving and going, so some connection issues with some of the drivers. And yeah, we're just gonna invite some of the drivers to the pre-race podcast. I want to get some drivers for the interviews. Hopefully some will come. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. We have interviews at the moment, and New Zealand Cam saying, okay, he'll join, so we'll get New Zealand Cam's comments. It doesn't seem nobody's joining to these pre-race podcasts anymore. Nobody wants to tell. And yeah, one moment, I have to try to invite you. I hate when people are in a public parties, it seems like it will be very hard to invite them, and we have actually Panos joined here today, so we're not going to invite New Zealand Cam. So Panos, how you doing, man?
Hello, I'm
Hello,
fine. How are you?
Very good. Are you excited for this race today? What are your expectations in Belgium?
Yes, but currently there's someone in my McLaren.
Somebody's in McLaren. Really? Who is that? Well, you can take the other.
Jacqueline.
Oh my god. Well, can you for this race can you take Toro Rosso? Your points will be added to McLaren, and his points will be added to Toro Rosso. Just for this, but yeah. But are you excited for the race today? What are your expectations or result pace?
Yes, I'm really excited. I'd like to get near the podium, maybe an actual podium. Would be nice. Although I haven't practiced that much, my pace round here is quite good from what I saw in practice. I just hope that I'll be able to perform as it is in practice.
Alright, very good. So P5, P6, P3, what results do you think? Can you tell us for the viewers? We have 8 viewers watching you, so can you say to them what positions you think you're gonna do here today?
I really hope to get at least top 5. Maybe a top 4 would be really.
You like the podium, yeah. Alright, well, you've been doing actually a very good job in the previous races here today, and I have to answer this poll. But yeah, thank you very much. I have to get some other drivers to this interview now before we start the race. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. And we have 22 drivers at the moment, but we might have to kick somebody out because Kevin can't get into the session, so we'll just... James Killer is actually joined to the party at the moment, so... Good evening, James. How you doing? James, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, my mic was on mute. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Do you have your voice going on?
Have a look, see now, I believe so.
So, Belgium, Spa, one of the historical tracks in all Formula 1. What do you think your chances are?
I mean, if I can make it Alpel Rouge, then pretty alright, but if not, then I don't know. I tend to have a bit of a wobble going up there with the back end, but hopefully I can get past it without any damage today.
Alright, and we have a full lobby, so we're about to start the race, so thank you very much. This was a very short pre-race podcast, so good luck for the race.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, and all the drivers out there, you can probably ready up because I'm ready and we have full grid here today. That was very quick. And we have actually Williams is full. Oof. A moment, I have to inform, this is a little bit chaotic. I wasn't expecting this kind of chaotism out of... who else do we have to probably kick out? Ooh, shit. Who do we have to? One, try. Moment, we have full lobby, we have full people in a party, so we have to get Titi to the Williams car, as he is a Williams, and I'm seeing who else is reserved here today. So somebody in the Williams, like Harry, you have to leave the spot of Williams here today, unfortunately, and you have to give it to Kevin because Kevin's place is in Williams. And we might have to... We're gonna kick White Load Billy out, and we're gonna take Harry to Ferrari. So Harry, if you can hear me, can you go to Ferrari, please? Harry, I'm gonna invite you. I have to invite him to the party. I'm not gonna do this pre-race podcast anymore if this is so chaotic. I apologize for the viewers, but this is very embarrassing because I've done this 12 rounds in a row and we never had any of these problems, but because today we have so many drivers here today, it's gonna make it a little bit more chaotic as usual. So Harry, if you could go to Ferrari, would be really appreciated. Harry to Ferrari. Yo, Harry, can you change your car to Ferrari, please? Harry, can you hear me? Harry! Oh my god, this is like having some... Does he have some kind of connection issues or anything? Hello, can you hear me? Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Can you change to Ferrari? Because we have a German driver, Titi, who has a full-time seat in Ferrari. So, can you go to Ferrari, please?
By me?
Yeah, you have to go to Ferrari because one full-time driver who's been driving, I don't know, for 12 races there now, wants to, for some reason, take it.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
okay.
I'll say that.
But what are your expectations for Belgium before we start this race? Quick, 30-second explanation before we
Looking
start.
at the grid, I think I can get top 5 today. So yeah, let's hope good quality. Hopefully some drama at the front. Couldn't get me on the podium. Let's hope for the best.
Right, let's
go.
hope for it. Okay, thank you very much, and we're about to
No
start the
problem.
qualifying race. Good luck. So there we go.
Thank
A little bit embarrassing hold up here today, but it's cool. It's cool. It happens. We have so many new people here today, so I apologize for the viewers that you had to wait for so long. But hey, at least we got somebody for the interview box before the race. So
Hey.
yeah. So are you gonna commentate with me while you drive? Or?
I'll listen to you. Won't talk though.
Okay, you can listen to me. If he doesn't mind your driving, then you can of course listen to me. So 20 seconds and we're about to go. We have full grid here today, ladies and gentlemen. We've almost every race we've had 16 to 17 draws, but I believe first time since Monaco Grand Prix we've had a full grid here today. And unfortunately we had to kick few of the reserves out, but they were warned before this race that they might get kicked out because of the actual, well, so less attendances. No, not many drivers were like informing that they're not gonna race today, so we had to kick Atomic and White Lord Billy out. Very unfortunate, but still. And Cam Billy is a reserve driver. We have Semi Larrican, and then we have Eduk in a Ferrari. So yeah, that's the thing. I apologize, my bad choice of words, but he can be a reserve. I really apologize for this, Cam, but yeah. And we have a full grid here today, so let's all focus on racing. I'm your owner and commentator of EFL, Eric the Lightning Salama. We have full grid here today for the Belgium Grand Prix, 20 corner track, and famous corners in this track are like Radillon, Rouge, Pujon, and the corner without a name, just before the Pujon corner. Looks like it's clean, dry conditions in Belgium. Let's see how it's going to be in the race. Championship standings before this qualifying starts is of course Viati Chapelle Lay leading the championship by 1 point over his German rival Tevap Cici 007, and then in P3 place is an admin of EFL New Zealand Cam, and then in P4 we have Taze Leroy in Toro Rosso, and P5 goes to Pierre Hansen in Red Bull. And in the constructors, Red Bull is leading the constructors championship from Racing Point and Toro Rosso cars. And we have first drivers going out the grid, as I'm gonna allow all the track details for you. And I'm opening my famous Wikipedia here today. And yeah, cheers Atomic for understanding, but like I said, I didn't know is this gonna be a full lobby or not, but yeah. 20 corner track, we have new comments, I'm trying to take them as soon as possible, but it looks like many drivers here today are going with the hard set of tires, so they're probably doing hard set and then they're gonna do medium set first. And I believe with soft tires, fastest driver here can do about 146.4 to 146.5. Medium tires, you can basically do maybe 147.5, and the hard tires are gonna go to the 148s, if I'm pretty sure about how it works in this track. And we have a lot of drivers in actually hard tires. We have few drivers like Panos, Tevap Cici, Taze Leroy in the soft tires. And new comments are, and Litsa riding Argo Ritsak, so we have somebody supporting Argo Ritsak here today in Renault car. He's a full-time driver in Renault team. Who is actually going to be the first one to start a lap. I believe it will be either Tevap Cici or then it's going to be a Taze Leroy just ahead of him. So, any viewers, if you have any questions to ask me or about the league, how this league works, you can just DM me privately to EFL under F1, or you can write to the live stream box and I will try to answer them as quickly as possible throughout this whole event, quali/race. And yeah, we'll see who's going to be the one playing the guitar and who will be the one playing the triangle, basically.
Dry race.
Dry race, thank you very much, Harry. I appreciate we have a, well, analysis guy who's actually driving also, Ella Harry, who is a reserve here today for EFL, driving with his Scuderia Ferrari car. But we have Taze Leroy, the youngest race winner of EFL, age of 11. He turned 12 last week. We celebrated his birthday in EFL, starting his lap on Belgium Grand Prix. He's in a P4 place in a Drivers' Championship. He's won 2 Grand Prix this season in EFL. Very impressive young driver, driving with pads and without ABS currently in EFL. And he's just down the corner, Roos, and coming towards the Radillon straight line. or the camel straight line. He's getting the DRS from the Haas car ahead. Hopefully the Haas will leave some space to him because it doesn't look like he is, and he really has to overtake the Haas car. Sector 1 time is 29.6, which is very, very impressive from him. He's coming towards the second part of the track. He's going to come towards the corner without a name very shortly. He's now doing the Bruxelles corner of 10, and then of course the corner without a name of corner 11, and then he's going to come towards in my most favorite corner of this track, which is actually the Pujon corner section. And he wants it a little bit wide. He doesn't use all of the curves, but there we go. You have all the track available for you here today, ladies and gentlemen. We have yellows in sector 3, so something has happened. So probably somebody just slowing down. We'll see. Taze Leroy is coming towards the campus corners of 13, 14 and 15. End of sector 2, it's a 1:51, so he's about to do around the lap time of 1:46.8 to 1:46.7, which would be a very decent banker lap for him. Yellows in sector 1, and it's Augie Weiszczak, who's actually retired from this qualifying session. He debuted here today, and Jack King has also retired, so there's been probably some controversial collisions between these two drivers here today. And Taze Leroy is going to come towards the last corners of the track of 19 and 20. He will see what lap time he's about to set, and he sets a 1:43.1, very decent back lap for him as he takes the provisional pole position here today, ladies and gentlemen. As we have probably the Tevop Cici, who sets a 1:43.4, 3/10 behind of Taze Leroy's time. VRT Safe has done a 1:43 flat, so he beats Taze Leroy by 1/10 and takes provisional pole position to himself by a less than 1/10. Let's see what RP James is about to do in his Mercedes. Semi Larrican sets a 1:45.1 in his Scuderia Ferrari car. Very impressive lap for him. We'll see what RP James is going to set. It's coming towards corner 19 and 20. James Killer sets a 1:46.8 with the hard set of tyres. And we'll see what RP James is about to set. He sets a 1:44.7, which moves him to P4 position at the moment. And we'll keep following who else is in the lap. And we have actually Ella Harry, who's done a 1:15.7, so he's about to do 1:43 or 1:44 lap time here today. He's coming towards the last corners of this track. Vega Visuals with his Racing Point car moves to P4 position with 1:43.6. I apologize to the ladies and gentlemen that you're not seeing your favorite drivers in your TV spot, but I can only have one screenshot of each driver, so I really apologize if some drivers don't get enough TV time in qualifying. I try to get everybody as much TV time as possible, but Harry is coming towards the last corners of the track, and he sets a 1:43.9, which promotes him to P5 just ahead of his teammate and the Mercedes driver. And we'll see, is anybody else on the lap? We have Hartzer, who's invalidated his lap. We have Trent, who's in the pits. Panos is in his lap. He's just in the end of sector 2, or he's coming towards the corner 11. Yellows in sector 1. I'm not quite sure what's been happening in sector 1. Probably somebody just letting somebody else go. Panos coming towards the Pujon corner. Takes it a bit cautiously, lifts off with 6th gear. Avoids the curbs massively, but that's how we've seen every other driver here today to take that corner section. Now he's done at corner sections of 13, 14 and 15 of campus. He's coming towards the corner 16 of Stavelot, and sector 2 time is 1:16.9. We have Ahmedi with a hard set of tyres who set at a lap time of 1:45 and flat. So he moves himself to P7 position, and we'll see what Panos is about to do. Panos, who originally is driving for McLaren, but this race is driving for Toro Rosso, but his points will be added to McLaren's tally, and he's coming towards the pits. And Susi Motley has retired from the session, so probably some crashes or anything else. He yellows in the Rouge corner, as we have James Killer in his lap with a hard set of tyres, and here we can probably see Motti retiring, and actually we didn't see that, but I assume it was in the Radillon Rouge corner combination. We have Harry, who is actually going back to the pits. Very impressive lap from him. He's debuting. He's starting for the IOL Division 2, which runs on Saturdays, I believe 4:30 p.m. UK time. And if you want to get to IOL, just contact Sondre in Twitter or in PSN. A little bit commercializing, because I'm driving in IOL Division 1 myself, so I have to commercialize the IOL league in my streams, because hey, it's a very good league. It's a very good league. But Ahmedi is in his lap, and he's actually 1.5 seconds down on his personal best. He's not going to improve his lap, and James Killer is also invalidated, so he will not be improving as well. And we'll see what the Finnish driver in McLaren Hartzer can do. He's in his lap, but he's almost out of ERS. He's coming towards the Pujon corner section. Let's see how he takes the Pujon. He drops 2 gears from 8 to 6. Not the best way to take that corner, but hey, at least he didn't crash out in his qualifying lap. 10 viewers watching, and if you're just joining to the stream, do not adjust your sets. This is EFL 113 of Belgium Grand Prix, and I'm your owner, commentator of EFL, Eric the Lightning Salama, also known as EFL under the F1. And Hatsa has just done sector 2, which is 1:16.047. And he's opening his rear wing and coming towards the last corners like bus stop chicane and Blanchimont corner sections. What he's actually doing now. Yellows in sector 1 once again, but nobody's retiring. But we have 3 drivers already retired from the session and 2 drivers without lap time, which are Jack King and Agi Wichak. And Hartza is coming towards the final corners, and he will set a 1:44.8, which moves him to P7 position at this stage of time. Everybody else has set a lap on the medium hot soft tires except Imedy and James Killer. Trent is taking the medium set of tires. Cam is joining with mediums. He's coming towards the last corners of this track. We'll see what lap time he's about to do. He's about to do 42, 43 or 44. He does a 44.9, which moves him ahead of Imedy to P8 position. Lieutenant Cam, who is in 3rd place in the Drivers' Championship. Susie Frein has invalidated his lap. And of course, if you feel like asking any questions about real Formula 1, about this game, about your favorite moment ever in Belgium Grand Prix in real life, just write them to the live stream. I'll try to take them as soon as possible in this live stream. So you can write whatever you want. Your top 3 of qualifying, your top 3 for the race, your favorite Belgium moment in real life, your favorite Belgium moment in the game, whatever you feel like it. And you can ask personal questions or not so personal questions, and I will answer them all. It's like basically, besides this race, it's also a Q&A, and we are currently following Tia Piers Hansens, who is in P5 in Drivers' Championship, his lap here today. He's coming towards the last corners of this track, of corner 19 and 20 of bus stop chicane. 7.5 minutes remaining in this qualifying session, and currently Sapele in a pole position, Taze Livo in 2nd, and Sevap Cici in 3rd place, and Pierre moves himself just ahead of his teammate to P9 position, so both Red Bull cars in P9 and P10. And Sevap Cici has invalidated his lap, and we'll see what VLT Shape is about to do. I don't like to call him Sapele, I'm calling him VLT Shape. Some people don't like me calling him Shape, but for me he's always Shape. Shape is coming towards the last corners of this track. He's gonna open his DRS, he doesn't lose his rear. We'll see, is it going to be 1:42 or 1:43, and it's a 1:42.9, so first driver going to less than 1:43. We have first driver who set the 1:42 lap time, and it is VRT Shape with 1:42.9, very impressive lap for him. How can the youngest race winner of EFL, Taze Leroy, match that time? Is he gonna bottle it, or is he gonna get new motivation because of it? And we have Vega Visuals who has moved, and we have actually Harry in a lap also, but Taze Leroy is setting his lap, and he does a 1:43.1. He improves by 10,000ths of a second. We have Vega Visuals in a lap. Sevap Cici went to the pits, and we have RP Seiti who set at a lap time of 1:44.3, which currently moves him to P6 position here today. But we have Harry also in a lap. Harry is coming towards the corner Pujon. He drops down to 5th gear, back to 6th, once a little bit wide, but doesn't invalidate his lap. So he took it very cautiously, but very well, that Pujon corner section. And now he's coming towards the corner sections of campus 13, 14 and 15. I've been repeating myself 200 to 300 times, and Harry has lost it. Harry has lost it, and that's Harry's qualifying over. That's Scuderia Ferrari. Harry is qualifying over. Not the best qualifying session for this driver who debuted here today in the EFL. Oh my goodness me, that was a massive crash. He lost the car from the curb, and that's his qualifying over, and he has to wait 5.5 minutes for others to finish in a pit lane. But Harry, what on earth happened in that lap? Was it just accidental, or what happened?
Pushed too hard, man. It was a bad lap anyway. I think it got a bit frustrated and it's been silly. I think that's not a good time for me at all. I could be at least half a second quicker.
Half a second quicker, so that's not very good, but we still have a race to go. Vega Visuals has not improved his lap time, but we have to wait and see where we're gonna finish in the end. If we can finish in the top 6 and top 7, in my opinion, that's not bad result in your debut here today in EFL. That wouldn't be a bad result if you didn't lose so many positions. Top 8 would be really good job still after that incident.
I suppose, yeah.
But as a driver point of view, I want to ask you this. how much more pressure do you have in the end of the qualifying than in the start of the qualifying? How do drivers take that mentally, that challenge?
I love the pressure personally.
You love the pressure,
but it makes you want to push the extra limit. I mean, you might make a mistake, but you might put the lap of your life in, because when you at the end, it's just all or nothing. So you've got to go for it, and got to go for all the track limits, all the power. So yeah.
So that's one thing you enjoy. So you enjoy it. You enjoy the.
That's what I enjoy.
Full throttle.
More than the race.
But these drivers here today, who do you think is the strongest one here today? Because we have two drivers who are less than 1/10 of each other. Then we have a P3 driver who's 4/10 behind the P1 and P2. Who do you think is going to be the strongest here today in qualifying?
Shapilele, I think. I mean, he's a bottle, but he's a very good driver. I think he can. I think he'll win the race. I think him and Lee will probably pull away.
And West are going to fight for the third place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
jeez.
And we have to see, do we have any new drivers here today who might challenge them? We have Vega Visuals, who is actually balled his lap. Amedy is in his lap also, but he's joined with a medium set of tires and he's not currently improving his lap time. RP James has just started his lap. Is there anybody finishing their lap or coming to the pits or anything else? I think RP James T is the closest driver who will be finishing the laps. Well, obviously, because we have 3 minutes remaining and James has lost it in Pujon corner section. He took too much of the curbs, tried to take it flat out, and it didn't end well for him. And that's the beauty and also the annoying part of Pujon corner section, that you can lose it just like that without even knowing. And 2 minutes 45 seconds remaining in the qualifying session, ladies and gentlemen. Do not adjust the TV sets. We have still ways to go, and after the race we have top 3 interviews. Which will be probably very interesting, and Belgium is probably one track all drivers love in this game because of the history, the old school track, that full throttle pedal to the metal moments. It's like probably the greatest track to drive in Formula 1, at least in real life, and I think also in this game most drivers really do enjoy this track. And RP James, he has won it wide. Of course he probably won't be running much longer, or I mean he won't have time to save his EOS. And New Zealand Cam actually has moved himself to P4 with 143.6, demoting Harry and Vega Visuals to P5 and P6. We have a lot of drivers in the outlap, a lot of drivers in the pits here today. RP James is getting held up in a pit, so I think that's his qualifying over if there really is 1 minute 46 seconds remaining in a qualifying session like my screen is showing here today. And New Zealand Cam is retired from the session, so he thinks white, that's his qualifying over. We have a lot of drivers in the outlaps. Slav King Robo has set a lap time of 1:45.2 and it moves him to P15 position, just ahead of James Killer and Susi Frayne. And also we have Hatsa, who started his lap, but he's very low in EOS. His personal best lap time is, he actually set it at 1:43.9, which has demoted Harry to P7, and he moves out of Harry by 40 thousandths of a second here today. Pierre Hansen is also started his lap, so it's just a battle of the wheels. We will keep following Tsevap Cici, who is in second place in the Drivers' Championship, just 1 point behind of Vioti Sepelele Shape. And we have James T retiring from the session, and that's his qualifying over. And Tsevap Cici actually setting a purple sector 1. There's Alfa Romeo ahead of him. Hopefully he will leave some space, as I believe the Alpha car is in his lap or not. I hope he's not driving in AI mode, and he's actually not, and he left him enough space for that corner section. Tsevap Cici is doing all of the curbs of Pujon, and he has balled up, and that's Tsevap Cici's qualifying over, and he will start either in P3 or in the less positions, but he has messed up in Pujon corner section, and we've talked about how dangerous that Pujon corner is for the driver, so how hard it is to take, because you can't really touch the curbs or your rear wing is gonna say hasta la vista baby, like the Terminator told you in Terminator 2. Great movie, by the way. And Taze Leroy is gonna start his lap with 5 seconds remaining qualifying session, but I do believe we have a qualifying time glitch in a spectator mode, because I believe there's a little bit more time than 5 seconds remaining qualifying session. And Taze Leroy is starting his lap. Is there anybody finishing the laps? Vega Visuals is starting his lap also. We have Hatsa, who is improving by 1.5 tenth of his lap, so he might jump ahead of Vega Visuals. He loses it a little bit in the last corners, but what lap time is Hatsa gonna set? And it's a 1:43.9, and he has crashed out of this qualifying session, and that's his qualifying over here today. Susi Frayne, Slav King Robo is in his lap. We have Semi Lavik in the lap. Sevap City has retired from the session. Pierre is going to the pit, so that's his qualifying over. So it's going to be a battle of will. It's going to be probably Vega Visuals against Ace Leroy, against VRT Shape for the pole position here today, ladies and gentlemen. And VRT Shape has lost it. VRT Shape has lost this. He has lost it, so that's his qualifying over. So VRT Shape will not improve his personal best lap time. So it's only Taze Leroy and Vega Visuals who can and will still improve the lap times. So will VRT Shape take the pole position here today? Or is it going to be Vega Visuals or Taze Leroy? We still have a lot of other drivers in the track, but I don't believe they have the natural pace to challenge for pole position. I'm sorry I'm this strict, but I have to say how the things are. And Taze Leroy is coming towards the end of Sector 2. He's losing actually by 0.02 of a second, but if he can nail the last corners, if he can get somehow 0.2 from the last corner sections, he will take the pole position here today, ladies and gentlemen. Or then it's Vega Visuals. Vega Visuals is actually first one to cross the finish line. Can he challenge for pole position in his first ever start in the EFL as a Racing Point driver, debuting here today in Racing Point, and he moves to P4 position just ahead of New Zealand Cam. He didn't take pole position, but how is Taze Leroy going to act? Is he going to take the pole position? And no, he's not. He improved his lap time, but it wasn't enough. So VRT Shape took pole position with 1:42.9. So analysis what Harry Cooper said here today was correct. VRT Shape has taken pole position from Taze Leroy, and in P3 is Sevap Tsitsi 007. But Slav King Robo is setting his lap time, and he will set a 1:44 something, and he won't. He improved his personal best, but it won't move him any positions. So unbelievable qualifying here today, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable qualifying, and we have Shape in pole position, Leroy in P2, Sevap Tsitsi in P3, and from P4 to P20 is Visuals, Cam, Hartzer, Harry, D. Panos, Arikan. Outside the top 10 is Shay, James, Trent, Pierre, Slav King, James, Frayne, Mertley, King, and Argwichak. So that's your top 20 here today, and I'm gonna save the clip because I'm gonna make race highlights. I apologize that I didn't make race highlights from Hungary, but my PSN got error when I tried to save it, so hopefully it won't come here today, ladies and gentlemen. But that was amazing qualifying here today. Your thoughts about the qualifying, write to the live stream and write your top 3 for the race. We already heard what Harry Cooper said. He thinks Shape and Taze Leroy will pull away with each other and they will fight for the win, and the rest are gonna fight for the trophy of best of the rest for P3 position. But hopefully it won't be like that. Hopefully we'll have all the 20 drivers here today fighting for the win, fighting for the holy grail of EFL, and that's the victory of a Grand Prix. And we have analysis guy laughing at my commentary, but it's cool. He but it looks like dry weather here today. Do you think your race pace is better than your qualifying pace?
Well, yeah. Well, today it will be, but not usually, because there's really bad quality laps. I will have better race pace today. Try to maybe get in position or two off the start.
Yeah. It's also very dangerous to start from P8, you know, you're very vulnerable for the cars behind, for the I-bombs and stuff like that. Hopefully it will be good. And your grid here today for the race today is in pole position and in P2, Racing Point and Toronto drivers of VRT Shape and Taze Leroy. P3 and P4 are Sevap Tsitsi and New Zealand Cam. P5 and P6 are some reason Harry and Vega Visuals. P7 and P8. And it's lights out and away we go. I forgot to put the formation lap on, so it's lights out and away we go. And it looks like VRT Shape got a fantastic start. I really apologize that we didn't have formation lap on. We have yellows in sector 1, and there's a massive crash between Arik and James Killer, Argichuk, and RP James D, and that's caused the VSC here today. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to put the formation lap on. I really apologize for this. I really thought we had formation lap on, but yeah. And VRT Shape is currently leading from Sevap Tsitsi, Taze Leroy, New Zealand Cam, and LR Harry in P5, Vega Visuals in P6, Panos in P7, Hartz in P8, Amadi in P9, and RPC in P10. But that was my fault, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't have formation lap on. I will apologize for this. And currently, VRT Shape is leading from Sevap Tsitsi and Taze Leroy in P3. Cevapcici was able to jump Taze Lever for position here today. VSC is still out in this Grand Prix. But yeah, that formation lap thing, my fault, guys. Doesn't usually happen to me, and it's lights out and where we go, and looks like VRT got a fantastic pull away, and he already has a 5-10 lead over his German companion Cevapcici, who is fighting in the Drivers' Championship at the moment. There stays Leroy in P3 pressurizing him, and we have yellows in Sector 3, and it is Harry who's crashed out. Harry has spun it, and that's probably his race over. And is Harry gonna retire? No, he's not, but he's crashed out, and I hope they didn't take anybody with him, but he has made a huge mistake here today, ladies and gentlemen, and Hartza has gotten 3-second penalty for corner cutting. Cevapcici is still 5/10 behind of VRT Sape, as VRT Sape says the fastest lap of 150.7, but we have to remember safety car can come at any point of the race. It only takes one retirement from the front and the safety car will come, just like we've seen in so many races here today that it can come. And we have 4 drivers pitting, which are Jack King, RP James, and Semi Larrikin and LR Harry pitting. So it's going to be a double stack for the Ferrari boys here today. But my motto is never give up. I've been in this situation multiple times, and even though I've been in some races 1 minute behind of the leaders, I was able to finish in top 5 because of the safety cars coming. And we have yellows in Sector 1, and that's a safety car. And it's a safety car. That was a blessing in disguise. And we heard the analysis guy celebrating about that, and that was a very big jackpot for him, because if he took the hard set of tires, his race is going to be stronger, and he has taken the soft tires, but it's still good, because we don't know how much longer the safety car will be on or how many times it will come in this race. But Harry, our analysis guy, he was very happy because, you know, he was compromised by that. And are we gonna see anybody pitting for the hard set of tires? Is anybody gonna take the risk? And Augie has left from the session, but is anybody gonna take the risk and pit for the hard tires and drive with them to the end? We have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. And we have a Hypervascun saying, so was the tires. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. We have the tires here today. Nobody is in medium hard set of tires, but is anybody gonna pit for hard? Is anybody gonna compromise the track position here today? And Sami Larrikin got a 3-second top penalty for corner cutting, and the safety car will be on. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, be ready for World War III, because I don't think this race is going to be over just yet. I think we're gonna have an action-packed gang banging, champagning, campaigning in this Grand Prix here today. And is Shape gonna pit? Is Cevapcici gonna pit? Is Taze Leroy gonna pit? Is anybody gonna risk it for the chocolate biscuit? VRT Sepp is not pitting, but Seva is pitting. Seva is pitting. He is pitting. Is he going to take the hard set of tires, or is he going to take the mediums? Vega Visuals is also pitting. Is Hartza going to pit? Hartza is pitting. Yes, sir, it is. So we have some drivers pitting and some drivers not pitting. And we'll see what tires that they're going to take. We have to wait what Cevapcici has taken. He is going to probably take... And we have Vega Visuals who's taking the medium set of tires. Cevapcici has also taken the medium set of tires. So nobody going for the hard set of tires at the moment. Everybody's switching to the medium. So can the mediums go to the end in this Grand Prix? Or are they calculating one more safety car and then they will pit for... Actually, we have Tian Pierre pitting for hard set of tires, and he's switching his front wing. So if safety car won't come well, it's not going to come anymore in this race, then the drivers with the hard set of tires are going to be the best ones to be, well, to win this Grand Prix actually. And VRT Sepp is just behind the safety car, and P2 is Taze Leroy, P3 is New Zealand Camp, P4 Panos, P5 Amadi, Trench in P6, RP Sane P7, Susi in P8, Cevapcici in P9, and Vega Visuals in P10, and P11 Hartza, 12 Slav King Robo, P13 RP James T, P14 Tian Pierre, Susi Fran in P15, Jack King in P16, Harry in P17, and Sami Larkin in P18 position. So, yeah, Jesus man, it's going to be a very interesting ending. And I'm really surprised that only one driver has taken the hard set of tires here today, probably. And I think probably Pierre Hansen is going to be the toughest driver to watch in my opinion, because I think everybody else must do pit stop still, because I don't think the mediums can take 19 laps to the end. But hell, what do I know? I'm just a commentator. But still, I think that hard set of tires are the best choice in this stage of the Grand Prix. But these are the drivers, they've been racing for all of their lives in these games, so they probably know better than I do. But also, I've been racing in many leagues in the top divisions, so I will learn some strategy things myself. And now it's your best chance to get some TV time in EFL. So if you have any questions about personal life, about the game, just write them to the commentary box, and I will answer them actually immediately, because we have nothing to watch because the safety car is still on. So yeah, write some questions, guys. So we have nothing to do for the next 2 laps. So write some questions. Come on, come on, come on. I'm gonna give TV time to every single driver here today. So there we go. We have P8, Susi, P9, Seva, P10, Vega, Hata, Slav King, Robo, RP James, Pia, Susi Frayne, Jack King, Harry, and Arikan. They're both Ferraris in the last places. The strategy of the Ferrari once again, last places, but Viatis has still not done a pit stop. And actually drivers who have done a pit stop are from Tsevaptitsi to Visuals. So basically, and Arikan is doing his second pit stop. And we have new comment here today, ladies and gentlemen, and I will try to read it out. With Hector Atomic saying Todd on Haas being new drivers. Yes, Haas drivers are the new original drivers here today. Susi Frayne and Susi Motley. You know, the new Haas drivers here today. They have the regular seats in EFL. And the safety car has still not left from this race, so we have to wait for a little bit longer here today. And yeah. So I don't know what to say. Probably fastest laps were there, and the gaps to the leader. There we go. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to commentate now because we have safety car and there's nothing to say actually. So please watch some comments. I'm boring to death. Come on. I want the safety car out of my way. I want to commentate. I want to commentate this action banging, hustling, muscling, shaking and baking Grand Prix here today. I don't know, my rhyming today is not the best, but it is what it is. Currently I'm on my phone, currently on Tinder, swapping every single girl to the right position. You know, I'm a little bit bored right now because safety car is still not left from this Grand Prix, and some might say my commentary is now a bit not professional, but that's, hey, that's EFL for you, man. When there's a safety car, nothing's happening, I'm rambling and gambling my own stuff, and look how closely VRT Sape is going to this grid, and we have yeah. Safety car still not leaving and still not leaving. La 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 la. And safety car is leaving in this lap. Thank you God, thank God it's leaving. And Sape is gonna, right, he's gonna do the Lewis Hamilton and slow everybody down, and he's gonna, how do you say, as New Zealand Cam has gotten a 5-second penalty for collision with some reason with Taze Leroy, so I believe that penalty is, and once again he's got a penalty for with collision with Taze Leroy, so of course those penalties will be removed from Cam's time. It depends how the race goes. If he doesn't serve them in a pitch or something, it depends how the race will go. And VRT Sape is just pulling the grid. He's just waiting, and now it's lights out and away we go for the Grand Prix of Belgium. It's lap 4 of 22, and we have some drivers overtaking before the safety car line is even ending. That's not allowed in EFL. You can't overtake before the finish line. If somebody is able to do that, he will be doing that. He will be getting massively penalized if recorded. So get your recordings ready and send it to me after the race if you saw somebody overtaking before the safety car line. And we have Imadi pushing Panos a little bit wider, and they go side by side with each other, and it looks like Imadi got to maneuver down for P4 position. We have Trent HT in his Mercedes car. We have Tsevaptitsi overtaking Susi Motley, doing what Kimi Räikkönen did to Michael Schumacher, and overtaking in the Elbows corner section. Beautiful overtake by Tsevaptitsi here today. And the Trent HT is challenging Imadi, and Panos is overtaking Imadi for P4 position. Oh my goodness me, he has the outside line. They're going side by side with each other. Who will give in? Who has the bigger cojones? We have yellows in sector 1. So what on earth is happening? And I believe it's Jack King who's round. He's round and he's collided with Susi Frayne. So that's really, really unfortunate that these two drivers here today have crashed out. but already Viati Shape having over 8/10 lead over Therese Leroy. In P3 it's New Zealand Cam, P4 goes to Armedy, and there's a massive fight for P5 between Panos, Trent HT and Shay and also Tsevap Titi joining to this barbecue party. He might be doing 2-for-1 deal here today as Hartza is overtaking Susi Matley for position. They're going side by side with each other. They have a little bit contacted with each other, but it looks like Hartza did a 2-for-1 deal, but Vega Vizos is trying to challenge from the outside, but he didn't get it done, and Tsevap Titi has overtaken Alfa Romeo driver for P7 position. Unbelievable rise from this young German driver. He sees the championship, he sees he's 1 point behind of Viati Shape, and he's doing what he has to do. He's saying, how do you say, yeah, he's saying Schnell in Germany, and he's doing the Schnell work, and he's overtaking people just like that, left, wide and center, and now he's in P7 position. We have Susi Frein overtaking Jack King for P17 position, but do not leave just yet, ladies and gentlemen. This will be an epic fight to watch as Viati Shape set at the fastest lap of 1:46.978, and he has over 9/10 lead over Taze Leroy, but Leroy will be getting the DRS next lap if he can keep it less than 1 second in the next couple of laps. And there's going to be a big fight for P5, and Panos is really holding the drivers up here today. Oh my goodness me. Panos, P4 in Germany, I mean P4 in Silverstone, P4 in Germany, I mean P3 in Germany, and now he might be getting P5 in Belgium, but it looks like he's moving a little bit, and there's a VSC and Hartza has retired. Hartza has retired from the session, so what on earth has happened? And there's a 3-car pile-up between Arikan, Hartza, and I believe and who else was it? Was it Harry? Yeah, Harry without the front wing, and there's a VSC in this Grand Prix, and it's really going to help the drivers in the front, and there's been a big crashes here today. I'm not sure what's been happening, but if you have some incident footage, just send them to me. EFL under Desert 1, and us and the stewards are going to look into it. There's yellows in Sector 1. Many drivers have retired here today. We have only 16 drivers remaining in the Grand Prix here today, ladies and gentlemen, as Hartza has left from the session. So yeah, really unfortunate that this has happened here today, and I think it's gonna be a very busy office in the steward's office. But to new drivers, if you were in an incident, send them to me, and me and the stewards are gonna take a look at it. But now it's lights out and away we go once again in this Grand Prix, and if things are going like this, we're gonna see a couple more safety cars, couple more VSCs here today. And Shape is still not pitting, he's still staying out. Taze Leroy in P2, and we have Pierre overtaking Slavking Robo for P13 position, and now the hours is enabled, and New Zealand Cam is pitting. And what tires is Cam gonna take? Cam will be taking, and actually there's a big fight for P5 still. Seva's trying to dive the inside of Trent HT, but he's not getting maneuver done, and New Zealand Cam is pitting for medium set of tires, so he will be going to the end with this set of tires. New Zealand Cam is gonna rejoin back in P10, and Harry has pitted, but so is Love King Robo and Susi Matley. Sevap Titi is using the DRS and is using the slipstream, but he can't get ahead of Panos and Imadi. And I mean Panos and Trent HT, and there's a 3-second time penalty for Sevap Titi for multiple warnings, and he's gonna dive up the inside. No, he's not, he's waiting for the better opportunity, but there's a big train behind of Panos, so Panos is really holding some drivers up here today. And now they're coming towards the corner without a name, and then a corner with a name, which is a Pujon corner. And I really think the safety car will come one more time in this Grand Prix. It's gonna come one more time. Where's the show, ladies and gentlemen? And now Panos has a little bit bigger gap to Trent, so Trent is losing a little bit of momentum right now. And but the yellows is Sector 1, and Harry has retired. So what on earth? And Harry has crashed out. Did he crash with somebody else, or did he crash with Matley? That's the question. Who did he crash out with? Harry?
I'm not going to go into any further. People need to stop losing the car at El Rouge. Thank you very much.
So somebody lost a car ahead of you, and
yeah, I went into them.
Apologies. There's nothing you can do about it, and well, they want to commentate with me, and we have Shape and Taze Leroy, you know, pitting for the new set of tires.
I'm mate. I'll be back next week, though, hopefully.
Oh yeah, sorry that you had such a bad race, but hey, there's bad days. Mate. Yeah, see you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, see you. Unfortunately, our newest driver in EFL had a bad race here today, but there's bad races and good races, and hopefully he'll come back stronger next week, and I believe he will. And we have a lot of drivers pitting here today, but VRT pitting for mediums, Tej Leroy pitting for mediums, Panos is gonna pit for mediums as well. VRT is joining towards P7, and we have yellow sector 1 once again. Titi has retired, so that's his qualifier, that's his race over the championship. P2 in the Drivers' Championship has retired, so what on earth happened to him? He has lost his car, he has completely lost it. And VRT has left from the session. So he has disconnected. Titi has left. So what on earth happened to VRT? Oh my goodness, Vega Visuals has left from the session. So, is the race... I'm not sure what's been happening. There's 3 drivers who have left from the Grand Prix here today, but they have the extra invites. And I will put myself to online session so they can rejoin back, because this is friends only. As I believe, yeah, I'm gonna put myself online so you can join back. Don't worry about it. So, but VRT has rejoined back to the session, but he has lost tremendous amount of time. Vega Visuals has left. Hopefully he will be able to rejoin. He's in my friends, and he should be able if he has me on my friends list, because I've sent everybody a couple of invites, but that is gonna compromise a lot Sape's Grand Prix. And Sape is losing a lot of time corner by corner, and RP James has overtaken Vega Visuals for P4 position here today. Sevapcici will not be happy about this at all. His championship has gone to the toilet. And now Tej Leroy is only 1.2 seconds behind of VRT Sape because of what happened previously to VRT Sape, but it's been an action-packing Grand Prix here today. Action-packing Grand Prix. I can't believe it, we've had such an action pack here today, ladies and gentlemen. As Vega Visuals has still left, he's still not rejoined back. And Amadi is leading the Grand Prix from Trans HT and RP Say in P3, RP James in P4, Vega Visuals still in P5, VRT Sape in P6, but he will be in P5. And there's yellows in Sector 1, so somebody has lost it. And that's, we'll put the podcast mode, and now VRT has easily overtaken his teammate, who is an AI. And Ethan American says, I have no luck, as Vega Visual has rejoined back to the session, but it's not gonna help his case, as probably Tej Leroy will be overtaking him, and there we go. Very easy overtake for Tej Leroy, and he promotes himself to P6 position. He is over 1.5 seconds behind of VRT Sape. P4 goes to RP James. And has everybody done a pit stop here today? And yes, it seems like only Amadi, Trent ST and Say haven't done a pit stop, so we have James T, Sape and Leroy actually leading the Grand Prix here today, with Visuals in P4 and Cam in P5. We do not know if the safety cars are gonna come or if they're not gonna come. And Vega Visuals saying that session no longer exists, but luckily he's back. And Panos has gotten a 3-second time penalty. So it's been a very, very hectic Grand Prix here today, ladies and gentlemen. I do not leave after the race. We still have top 3 interviews and the national anthems of the winning drivers and constructors anthems. And Amadi will wait until Amadi, Trent HT, Shay are going to make the pit stops. And then we'll have our original top 3 here today, ladies and gentlemen. But Jesus Christ, what a Grand Prix we had here today. Susie Matley has gotten a 3-second time penalty. We have both Red Bulls in the top 10 of New Zealand Cam and Pierre. VRT Sape has set the fastest lap of 146.5, so he's the man in the mission. He's man to attack now, and he's only 8 tenths behind of RP James T at the moment. And if he can get past RP James quickly, and there's yellow sector 1, and Susie Matley who's retired. Susie Matley has probably retired in the Aeros corner section, and I believe yes he is. And is that going to bring out the safety car or not? Is that going to bring out safety car? It's no overtaking in the sector 1. There's still not safety car. There's still not a safety car here today, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't believe is it allowed to overtake under this yellow flags, but it looks like VRT Sape got it done. And he is in P4 position at the moment. There's no safety car, and yeah, no safety car here today, even though Matley has retired. And that's our 7th retirement here today, ladies and gentlemen. So we have only 13 drivers remaining in the Grand Prix here today. VRT Sape is, like I said, man in the mission. He's leading the championship by 1 point, and the first part of the season for him was very unlucky with DNFing and disconnections. And after Austria, he's been able to pull it together in the yellows in sector 3. Somebody has lost it. And I believe it was Tej Leroy, because he's now 6.2 seconds behind of RP James, so, and pressurized by Vega Visuals. So Jesus, man. And Pierre Hansen saying invite please. You can rejoin back to my profile because I can't invite any more times. Come to how do I write it? Come to my profile. I believe he has disconnected from the session, and yes he is, because I can't invite drivers because I'm a spectator. I can try, yeah, I can't invite because I'm a spectator. Luckily he has me on my friends list, and yeah, I'm like a babysitter still. They're losing connections, and I've sent all drivers 2 to 3 invites, but if they can't use them, they can try to come through my profile. And Tej Leroy and Pierre has joined back to the session, so thank God we saw him rejoining back. But currently no battles going on except for P6 position currently between Tej Leroy and Vega Visuals. It looks like without any safety cars or incidents, VLT Sape has won this Grand Prix, even though it's 11 laps remaining. But the raw pace this man has compared to everybody else is just astonishing. And Tej Leroy has taken a 3-second time penalty, so the pressure is coming towards him. He's feeling the pressure from behind of the Racing Point driver of Vega Visuals. And behind them is New Zealand Cam in P8, and I want to see the gaps to the leader. Where would the leaders come if they would pit right now? So Imedy would rejoin back, I believe. Is this... He would rejoin back, I believe, to P6 position, just behind of Tej Leroy if he pitted now. So he has very good chance of winning this Grand Prix when he takes those soft tires. It takes only 1 VSC, 1 safety car, and if the top 3 is gonna capitalize it, they might be very strong to win this Grand Prix. So me saying that Sape might win this Grand Prix, it's possible, but anything can still happen. And now VLT Sape is just behind CT, but we have to remember CT hasn't made a pit stop here today, and he'll be getting DRS from him. And of course Visuals is over 1.4 seconds behind of Tej Leroy, so he won't be getting the DRS open from Tej Leroy. And we have RP CT, who is going to be like a sitting duck after the rules corner sections, because there's, I believe, if VLT Sape gets a good exit from here, it's going to be very easy job for him. And look the exit, look how much he's gaining to the corner sections of Radilon and Camel Straight, and it's going to be easy maneuver for VLT Sape for P3 position. And I don't believe RPC is even going to fight it. No, he's not, and that promotes VLT Sape to P3 position. He's making overtakes happen, even though he doesn't have to make them happen, because he's literally leading the Grand Prix when these 2 drivers are going to pit. But he wants to take the positions, I guess, legitimately, and not wait for the pit stops and not lose so much time. And Tej Leroy now with 3.6 seconds behind of RP James YT. No battles going on at the moment, basically. It's a very action-packed Grand Prix in the early stages, but now the last 10 laps without a safety car VSC, I believe there's going to be big gaps ahead of the drivers. So please write some questions, please do something, and or write something, and I will answer them. You can ask anything you want, basically anything you want, basically. And VLT Sape 1.1 seconds behind of Trent HT, so that's going to be his next victim. He's like a man in the mission, like I said here today. He's something else. He's the master of disaster. The nightmare from Nuremberg. He is VLT Sape. Unbelievable driver. Unbelievable. Just his work ethic and everything. German Snoop Dogg, I forgot that as well. And he will be getting the DRS open, and I believe he will be making a fastest lap of 146.446, but he will be making the overtake happen after the rules corner section, I believe. And he is so close to Trent HT, so it's going to be really impossible for him not to make the maneuver. And he's just waiting. He is closing very closely on, and he almost lost it basically. But yeah, it's going to be very easy maneuver, even though Trent will defend the inside line. And I respect him defending the inside line, but it's a very easy job. It's a very easy job, and now he has promoted himself to P2 position. Very beautiful overtake from him. And that demotes Trent HT to P3 position. And we have Atomic Fighting. If only all actual Grand Prix were like this. 2-man Atomic 2. We only had German Grand Prix and Brazilian Grand Prix this season, and I believe Bahrain Grand Prix also. which were kinda interesting, but the rest of Grand Prix were meh, kinda like a little bit boring. But yeah, only in Formula 1 games you get this kind of stuff. You won't get this in real life. And yeah, and of course the real season in Formula 1 has not started because of the COVID-19 virus, which is spreading in this world. And all the people watching the stream, I know this is a video game and I shouldn't lecture about the virus of Corona, but please stay indoors. Don't go outside if it's absolutely necessary. Just go to the shop, buy food, buy some supplies what you need to survive, and try to stay at home, well, as long as possible until this COVID-19 virus is over. And Vega Visuals has made a maneuver stick on Taze Lewis, so Taze Lewis probably made some kind of mistake, and that promotes Vega Visuals to P6 position. But right, girls, guys, boys, stay at home. Only necessary plans. That's my well, and Taze Lewis spinning, so does Taze Lewis have some kind of damage? I believe, has he lost it or something? We have to wait and see. And I have been disconnected. No way, I have been disconnected from my own session. The session no longer exists. Unbelievable, unbelievable. The session no longer exists. I can't get back to hopefully I can get back to the session. I'll quickly try to rejoin. Oh my goodness me, this is very, very hectic. This is very hectic stuff. Please don't, nobody leave. I'm trying to get back as soon as possible. Oh my goodness me, this is where is the closest guy who's racing? Oh my god, this is not happening to me. This is not happening. Freaking, oh, we have Armady. Thank god Armady is online. I can rejoin, and it's luckily friends only. Luckily it's friends only. And I'm gonna rejoin back to the session. But hopefully it won't lag. Let's pray. Let's all pray it's not gonna lag. And I'm rejoining back. Oh my goodness me, I can't believe that really happened to me. That I disconnected from my own session. Joining session. Please wait. Yes, it is. There we go. Phew! Oh my god. That was very hectic. And I missed probably a couple of actions, but thank god I had one thread online and we only missed like a couple of laps. Like a couple of corners. But that was weird. PSN connections have been like this for a couple of days across the world, so... But first time in my own league I saw this happen in my own stuff, and Susie Motley has retired from the session. Oh, it's like... And Taze Lewis has left, and it's a safety car. For some reason safety car has come to in this grid, and Susie Motley has retired. And so I wasn't the only one who left from the session because of this. And we have a lot of drivers spitting here today. We have Armady, who's probably... It was a blessing in disguise for him. We have Trent Edge spitting, Shea spitting, James Y is spitting, Vegas Visual is spitting, and he got... And New Zealand Cam got a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. That was really weird from him, and we'll see what tires VLT Seb is going to take. I apologize that I disconnected, but what can I do about it? But as soon as I disconnected, the safety car came to the grid. And did anybody else disconnect except me? No, I think not. And we have a new comment here today, ladies and gentlemen, and saying, New Zealand, come hang on, I'm getting that removed. Alright, copy. But if you served it in a pit stops, you can't get it removed. But if you have some previous incidents, then yeah. But if you serve a stop and go penalty in a pit stop, it won't get removed. It's basically in all leagues how it works. If you serve a 5-second penalty in a pit stops, we can't take 5 seconds out of you, but if you had any previous incidents before that, then of course, yeah, but not that one what you just got now if you served it. And but yeah, if you didn't serve it, then of course it's gonna get removed. But if they served it, then yeah. And we have Slav King Robo going to the pitch. New Zealand Cam is actually wanna quickly see, but did they serve it or not for him? They got 2 penalties, so okay, we have to see in the steward's office how it's gonna turn out. Lap 15 up 22. Armady is leading for VRT Sape, and P3 is Panos with 10 lap old mediums. He hasn't done a pit stop, which is very strange actually, but hey, he's taking that track position over everything. And Armady was a master in the strategy here today. He waited until the safety car would come. He knew that the other safety car will come in this Grand Prix, and hey, he capitalized it. And now it's gonna be bang bang, city bang bang from now on, and we're gonna see 7 laps of pure racing from all of these drivers here today. And we need that Trent Shea and James need to get as soon as possible ahead of Panos because he has 7 lap old mediums, and sooner they get past him, sooner they get to race with Shape and Amadi. Or then if Panos can get ahead of Shape and Amadi, then that would be interesting actually. That would be interesting at all. And Taze Levo is speeding, and we have new comments saying here today. Unless of one. Okay, but send all the 5-second penalties and then send all the times you were in a pit stop, and the ones that was not served, they might get removed. I will send them to the. But this is not the place to discuss that. We have still 6 laps remaining in this Grand Prix, and saying that. Oh, and I got a penalty 3 seconds in safety car. Well, send me the incident. Send the incident. Let's see. But focus on racing. Yeah, VRT safe in P2, Panos in P3, Trent in P4, Shane P5, James in P6, Visuals in P7, Cam in P8, Jack King in P9, Slav King Robo in P10. And yeah, any viewers, if you have any questions, just answer them to me. And I think Taze Leroy left because he's been stuck in a pit stop. I think his car is stuck in a pit, so he has left because of that. So this game keeps surprising me in all the new ways possible. All the patches, all the works, and still there's always new glitches, and yeah, that's because then that has compromised Taze Leroy's race, and yeah. 6 laps remaining in this Grand Prix. And of course, do not leave after the race. We still have the top 3 for the interview box and national anthems after that. And the longer the safety car is going to be, the better it is for Panos, because Panos has 8 lap old mediums against other drivers' fresh soft tires, and Susie Frain's hard tires actually. Well, so he has stayed with the hard tires, but yeah. Anything can still happen. We have 12 drivers remaining, 12 drivers remaining in the Grand Prix, of course, because Taze Leroy is stuck in the pits. So if somebody's in Tovaso, hopefully Tovaso. Oh, that's why Panos can't pit, because Taze Leroy is stuck in the pits. I just realized it. So unbelievable, unbelievable. And is safety car gonna live in this lap or not? We're gonna wait and see. Second safety car, so there is still possibility that a safety car might come in lap 18, if it will come. Lap 18 is the last lap, I think, when the safety car can come, or lap 19. And safety car is in this lap. Safety car in this lap, so Amity is revving up the tires. And is this Scottish driver gonna take his first ever win in EFL or not? And he's revving his car, he's revving. And he's slowing everybody down. He's actually driving very fastly. He's not slowing the drivers down like Shape used to do when his turn was to lead everybody behind the safety car. And we'll see. It's gonna be 6 rounds of action packing, gang banging content, like Michael Buffer says. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Drivers, start your engines. And I believe it's lights out, and away we go for the last 6 laps of this Grand Prix. And Amity did a very smart choice and a very smart pull away, and he has already 6/10 lead over VRT Shape. And Trent is trying to get past the Panos as quickly as possible, because he is going to be a liability in this race, because he is in the slower tires, but he couldn't make a pit stop because of, well, Taze Leroy, his teammate, blocking the pit lane line. And we'll see, is VRT Shape going to be able to make the maneuver or not. And we have TMP yellows in sector 1, and it's Susie Frain. Susie Frain has crashed out, and that's yellows in sector 1. Is that going to bring out the safety car or not? And Trent hasn't been able to get past of Panos. But Susie Frain has lost his front wing, and a lot of drivers making mistakes in this famous Air Rouge corner section. We have Amity and VRT Shape fighting for the win of this Grand Prix. Fighting for the holy grail of EFL. Fighting for the trophy everybody dreams of getting. A Grand Prix win in a league race, and VRT Shape has made a huge mistake in Puhon section, and he's lost a couple of tenths to Amity, and the lead is going towards Amity, and it's 1.3 seconds to Amity at the moment. Trent HT21 in P4 position, Panos in P3, VRT Safe in P2, Amadi in P1, so Trent has to get past of Panos as soon as possible when the DRS will open. I believe that will happen. RPC is not keeping up with Trent's HT, so it's still Panos has decent pace. And are we gonna see the Max Verstappen, Felipe Nasser overtake like we saw in 2015? Oh, Panos is defending the inside line, but Trent is staying behind him. They're going side by side with each other. Who will give in? Who has the bigger corners? And it is Panos who barely spun. He did a half spin. And Imadi has set the fastest lap of 1:46.1, so that's the new fastest lap of this Grand Prix. But VRT Safe is only 9 tenths behind of him. And now Trent HT is in the hunt for P1 and P2. And now, yeah, Panos is getting overtaken just like that in this Grand Prix. And he's one wide, a little bit pushed wide. And yeah, he's lost many positions here today. And he's been demoted to P6 position. But VRT Safe is 8 tenths behind of Imadi. Trent is 2.3 seconds behind of VRT Safe. And we'll keep following what's going to be with Panos' fight. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. Is Panos gonna leave any space? I'm gonna see a better camera angle, and he's losing positions to every single driver, and that's very unfortunate for Panos not being able to make a pit stop. And yeah, Panos is quickly went down from P3 to P8 in just a matter of corners, and that's his I believe race over. And Jay Prentice is joined to the lobby to probably watch the race or something. And we have Susi Frame pitting. Amadi has 5-10 lead over VRT Safe. Trent HT21 in P3. In his debut, actually, decent job for him for getting the P3 position in his debut, but still he might be getting P1 if something happens in the front with these two drivers. They might crash out or something. And Amadi and VRT Safe, they both have equal amount of fuel, equal amount of EOS. So, ladies and gentlemen, 4 rounds of action banging, World Heavyweight Championship fight, kind of, between Renault driver and Racing Point driver of Imadi and VRT Safe. And do not leave this stream, do not adjust the TV sets. This is EFL, round 13, lap 19 out of 22 very shortly. And I'm your owner, commentator of EFL, Eric the Lightning Salama, EFL on the Dash of 1. And we have a massive fight between the lead of this Grand Prix, win of this Grand Prix, and VRT Safe says the fastest lap of 1:45.5. So unbelievable lap time from VRT Safe. And we'll see, is he going to be able to make the maneuver on Imadi? They both are very equal in pace. They both have same amount of tires. It's lap 19 out of 22, and we have F1 fan Red Bull who's joined here today, probably to spectate or help their friends, and we have VRT Safe opening his DRS, but yeah, he can't get closer at the moment, and he will probably have to wait for the last laps to make the maneuver stick, or then he has to make the maneuver happen in the last corners of the, in the other corner sections of this track. RPC is getting pressurized by RP James, as we have Trent HT21 getting a 3-second time penalty. So the battle for P3 is right on. It's right on, it's right there. Trent HT 4.3 seconds behind of Imadi and VRT Safe. So battle for the win has gone, but there's still big battle for the win. And VRT Safe once again making a mistake in Pujon section. So what it is with Pujon and Safe, it's like, yeah, he's not getting the maneuvers done in the Pujon corner section. And has he made a mistake? Has he crashed out or something? He has to, but of course he still has 3 laps time to catch Imadi, but they're both equal in pace, so I think it won't be so easy to catch that 1.7 second lead without any mistakes, because in 3 laps catching 7 tenths in well, longest track in Formula 1 it's possible, but they were so equal in pace, so I think he might catch 2 or 3 tenths, but bigger than that, I don't believe so. And New Zealand Cam is overtaking RP James for P5 position, and RP James has gotten a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. And so the battle for P5 is right on, ladies and gentlemen. And RP HT is 1.3 seconds behind of Trent HT, and VRT Safe is 1.7 seconds behind of Imadi. And Imadi's, they both have actually equal amount of VOS left, both Imadi and VRT Safe. And Jack King 32 has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Oh my god, look at the fight behind, look at the fight for P5 between RP James, New Zealand Cam and Vega Visuals. Are they gonna go 3 wide with each other? No, they're not. It's a very clean fight with all of these drivers. 2.5 laps remaining in this Grand Prix session here today, ladies and gentlemen. And unbelievable, somebody has 1 wide, and Oh, and Cam is diving on the inside. He says he made a mistake. And now Pete James is throwing an old switcheroo on him. And Cam runs very wide. And Vega Visuals and Cam are going side by side with each other. But now he kept the position. But beautiful switch back from RP James T for P5 position. And actually Viatisep has been able to catch the gap. The gap is 1.1 seconds. So Viatisep is man in the mission. He was leading the whole way. So basically... But the second safety car ruined his chances, just like in Azerbaijan 2018. Vettel was leading for 50 laps. Then Ricciardo and Verstappen crashed out, and that allowed Valtteri Bottas to take the lead of the Grand Prix. And Vettel, well, lost out because he locked his brakes under the safety car when the safety car left. But yeah, it's once again happened to a German driver. Losing the lead. Oh my goodness me, they go side by side with each other. Red Bull and Racing Bull, they go side by side with each other. They run with each other very wide, and it's a 3-wide fight for bus stop chicane. Oh my goodness me, as Viati saves the fastest lap, but Cam and James are going side by side with each other. Who will give in? Who has the bigger cojones? And Vega Visuals has got passed off Panos for P7 position, and Viati is 4 tenths behind of Ahmadi, 4 tenths behind. So what kind of breakfast or what kind of dinner has Viati eaten here today? And is he going to be able to get past off Ahmadi? I don't know where he's found his pace. And there's yellows in sector 2. And yes, it is. Ahmadi will get overtaken by Viatisep. And there's yellows in sector 2. And I believe it's Susi Frayne who stopped this car. And actually, Viatisep has took the lead of this Grand Prix just like that. Unbelievable stuff here today. Both of the drivers are saving their EOS and fuel. But how on earth did Ahmadi lose a 1.1 second lead, or else he has damage? Nothing. If he has gotten the damage, then that explains everything. And I actually have to see, does he have any kind of damage? I want to see his TV point of view, because now the gap is 8 tenths between Viatisep, and it doesn't look he has any kind of damage. New Zealand Cam has gotten 3-second time penalty, 8 tenth lead. 8 tenths between Viatisep and Ahmadi, and now these drivers might have to push. They will have to push, and who will give in? The gap is 9 tenths now. Gap is over 9 tenths, and now it's over 1 second. Now it is 1 second between. It's 9 tenths, 1 second, 9 tenths. It's very crucial that Viatisep is going to be able to keep it over 1 second or not. If it's less than 1 second, then that's going to help Ahmadi a lot, and Ahmadi will be getting the DRS. He has to push. It's last lap, all or nothing for Ahmadi. He has to get the maneuver done. He has to run the overtake. There's only few spots to overtake in this track, and you're coming to last overtaking spots here today. There's Jack King overtaking Vega Visuals for P7 position, but now the gap is over 1 second. Now it's over 1 second, so unbelievable comeback from Viatisep. That's why he's your championship leader here today, ladies and gentlemen. That's why he's leading the drivers' championship, but Ahmadi is still getting the DRS open, and he's actually not opening the DRS. He's not opening the DRS, so he might have a DRS failure. Ahmadi might have a DRS failure, and that's going to compromise him a lot, and he couldn't get closer to Viatisep because of that. Oh, unbelievable, unbelievable. He still has one chance to overtake Viatisep. He still has one bloody chance for the bus stop chicane, and what an ending we're getting to this Grand Prix. I have to keep following. I want to keep following this battle for P6 position. Cam is promoted himself to P5. Trent's in all luck. He will be getting the 3rd place here today. And Vega Visuals has overtaken Panos. So Panos' race has turned into a nightmare. And now gap between Ahmadi and Viatisep is 1.2 seconds. So it looks like Viatisep is about to win the Grand Prix of Belgium here today. But we never know. It's not over until the fat lady sings. It is not over until the fat lady sings. But Viatisep is coming towards the final corners of this track. He's done everything right here today. Of reasons of what he can't control, he lost the lead of this Grand Prix because of the second safety car. He's made mistakes here today, there and there, but he truly deserved the win after getting that 1.7 second gap back to the lead, and he has done it. He has been dominating in this weekend, and Viatisep, you have done it. You are a race winner. You have won the race of EFL. Viatisep, you are a race winner. Congratulations. And Trent HT in his debut will finish in P3. Say will be finishing, I believe, in P4 position. New Zealand Cam in P5. Actually, New Zealand Cam is losing a lot of position. He's basically outside the top 10. Vega Visuals in P5. Jack King in P6. Laugh King Robo in P7. James in P8. Panos in P9. Pierre in P10. And Cam has gotten the P11. So not good for his championship fight here today, ladies and gentlemen. But he did say about the penalties. So you never know, they might be get investigated afterwards. But ladies and gentlemen, Beate Seip, my personal driver of the day, after losing the lead, after making mistakes, he has done it. He has done the miracle. We have had a miracle on Belgium, miracle in Spa Street. Beate Seip winning in Belgium, miracle in Belgium Street. And P2 for Amadi and P3 for 28T21. And we're waiting for Taze Leroy to... Oh no, don't say we're waiting for Taze Leroy. We're gonna wait for 2 minutes. And I'm gonna save these results. These are the results. I'm gonna save the video clip. We're gonna invite top 2 for the interview party as of course we are Taze Leroy has is stuck in the pit lane, so we're not able to finish a Grand Prix. So I'll invite the top 3 here today. I do know that Amadi doesn't have a mic installed to him, but hopefully he'll come. As we'll invite Trent, and hopefully Amadi has gotten a new mic so he can come. But if he hasn't, then we only have interviews of Beate Seip and Trent HT21. Unfortunately, as I still believe we're stuck in a yeah, so all the pictures have been saved, so don't worry about it, ladies and gentlemen. Even though you won't get your podium here today, you get to see the top 3 interviews. And Beate Seip, is it because of Taze Leroy's car that we are stuck here?
I'm not stuck.
You know, you're not stuck. I was stuck for a long time, but Beate Seip, you have done it. You have won once again a Grand Prix of EFL, and you're extending your championship to actually all your drivers here today. You're extending the championship lead over Cevap Cici, who did not finish, over Taze Leroy, who didn't finish, and over New Zealand Cam, who finished P11. So all your 3 championship rivals not getting points here today, and you getting the holy grail, the win. So describe the feelings you have at the moment.
Yeah, I felt so mad when I disconnected, but then I joined back and Lee told me that Java retired, so that was good. And yeah, obviously I'm happy, but still need to fight for the championship.
Still need to fight. There's going to be, I believe, 7 more rounds left in this championship, and your lead is going to be over 25-point lead. So I have to ask you this: for the first 6-7 races you raced in the EFL, you only got points in 1 race. You were in P8 position in the Drivers' Championship, so what on earth have you done differently now than you have done for the early stages of EFL season?
Trying not to butter, basically.
And I have to ask you, what the hell did you eat for dinner after losing the lead, disconnecting, then making mistakes in Pujon, 1.7 seconds behind of OMD, and then winning the race by 1.4 seconds? What the hell did you eat for breakfast? Or for dinner?
Yeah, I nearly buttered it, yeah.
Man, what the hell did you eat, man? That was incredible. I'm saying you're my driver of the day. I don't give a shit what they're gonna vote in a driver of the day, because you are driver of the day after that performance. So, what the hell did you do? Yeah, but how would you describe this? Next week we have Monza. Do you think you can repeat this result?
Monza's my worst track, so we'll see.
We'll see, and unfortunately we won't be getting Amadi, as he has written me. He hasn't still gotten his new headset, so unfortunately for his interviews we have to get them, you know, in writing. But Trent HT21, very chaotic race, debut in EFL, and finishing in a podium in your debut here today. How does it feel? So still, you're not having the best qualifyings out there. Did you believe after the qualifying that, right, I'll be the driver who will be finishing in 3rd place here today? So the second safety car basically, you know, saved you and Imadi. So when the second safety car came, you were behind Panos because he couldn't make a pit stop because his teammate being stuck in the pits. Did you know that White I have a very good chance for the podium or win this race? What were your feelings after the second safety car? So yeah, yeah, congratulations for P3, and like I said, we can't get time with these interviews at this stage of time, but ladies and gentlemen, like usual in EFL, please take your hats off for the national anthems of winner drivers and constructors anthems, so national anthems of Germany and UK's God Save the Queen. And they were the national anthems of Germany and UK's God Save the Queen. Congratulations for VRT Safe, Imedy and Trent HT for the top 3 here today. And thank you for all the viewers who have tuned in for the round 13 of EFL in Belgium of Spa. And to all the drivers, new drivers, thank you very much. I was the owner and commentator of EFL, Eric the Lightning Salama. And wherever you are in the world, good morning, good day, good night. And I'll see you next week in round 14 of Italy Monza. So until then, auf Wiedersehen. German, you know, because you want to race. Auf Wiedersehen.